Hey, SSDA, it's Tim Taylor. How you doing? Hope all's well. I wanted to share with you um, just some mid-year thoughts, kind of help you get through the second half of the year and kind of reflect on the past 6 months. And I hope you enjoy this. And thanks for being a member, and thanks for being a great leader at our SSDA schools. Okay, so let's look at the first slide that I put together. It's first, this is from John Maxwell. Review your calendar from July 1 on, right? Go back through, celebrate what went well, what stressed you out, what can you learn from what stressed you out or what challenge you had. And then I like this one. I got this from Greg Blake, superintendent over in Thermalito. He writes little handwritten thank you notes to staff, and they love it. He says you'll see them on the teacher's desk for a long time, and I really think that's a great thing to do for your staff, and it only takes a few minutes. Secondly, you're going to have to polish off your current communication, what you're doing, fine tune it a little bit, because you're going to be tested as we go into the governor's budget, right? And so remember, some of you say, I'm a great communicator. Well, you might be good at informing, but you don't know if your communication's actually sticking or getting to people. So make sure you ask some folks, ask staff around you, how's it going? And then work on improving that, because you're going to have to do that in 23 real well. And I highly recommend it's second week in January to go to CalSPRA's 101 communication. If you're an SSDA member, it's only $199. It's such a deal. It's 4-part series to help you with great communication. Trinette Marquez is a great partner of ours. She'll be teaching that, and that is worth its weight in gold. And gosh, you get $300 off being an SSDA member. And I'd also send your executive assistant or one or both of you. So I think this is always hard. We go day to day, week to week. Look ahead. Go back and look at the second half of the year, right? Backwards map from July, and look at your dates for budget being due, your graduations, your big events, your spring festivals, whether you have a open house for that, et cetera, et cetera. Remember, March 13th, classified and certificated layoffs must take place. Things will pick up quickly after January 10th when the governor budget's rolled out, and it will rattle some morale. And I think wrap it all up in a nice bow and talk to your office team about that second half and what they need to prepare for as well, because they carry a heavy load with you. You can be sure with all the new legislators and all the things going on that the state leadership is going to drive you crazy once in a while. There's a lot on the plate at the Department of Ed, and the state board and legislators are going to be driving these issues. And with a budget now that's a deficit, that's new, right? And these new legislators want some wins, but they're going to be said a lot more no's are going to take place. And you just need to understand that things are going to be a little hectic in Sacramento, and that trickles down to you. And don't let it drive you crazy. Stick with your peeps, right? Keep coming to SSDA events, and if you need anything, let us know. The fifth thing is clean up your office. Throw things away. You don't need all those binders. You don't need all those books. It's just they get in your way. So I say throw stuff away, clean up your office, put some new pictures on, and start the new year with a fresh look. We're terrible at this. I know you guys will be super busy with wrapping up school and then heading right into the holidays. And got to do a lot of shopping and all that. Take one day or half a day to spoil yourself. Do something special for you. And that means YOU. That doesn't mean you have to do something with your whole family or kids. It's just take care of yourself. Go hit a movie or do something you want to do. And then secondly, I like when you celebrate and look back at your accomplishments for the fall, to put those in a bulleted list and communicate it to your board and to your staff. They really like that kicking off the year, to talk about the great things you did as a team, as a school. Make sure you dust off your records request procedures. You do not want to get caught missing deadlines when someone asks for something. We're seeing more and more letters come out. I think it's going to really intensify when the dashboard fully comes out, and they're going to see spikes in suspension data, spikes in low attendance, or attendance being much higher, missing attendance being a lot higher. And don't get trapped. and don't not have a system set up when a record request comes in. Remember, a record request doesn't have to be a written paper. If someone calls and said, "I'd like to see blah blah blah," you have the same timelines to do that. Go back and review your relationships with staff, right? They are really, you are, great leaders. Work on their staff. Who you struggling with? Why? You know, John Maxwell recommends that do a ranking 1 to 4. What level you at with them, or 1 to 5, excuse me. And you might have some great 4s and 5s going on individually, but some you're just having trouble connecting with. What can you do to improve them, or maybe it's time to move them on? You have to prepare your board for 23-24, especially your new board members. We have not had a bad budget for 10 years in California. So this will be interesting. Your board will be all over the map, and your communication with them will relieve the stress, right? That's where the stress will be relieved. I think I misspelled relieve. I love it. Anyways, but that will really reduce the stress and anxiety that your board should have. And it's up to you to make sure you keep prepping them with your CBO. We just had a great workshop with about 100 people there who are taking their first interim, using that as their fiscal story. And please work with them to have that done. And if you need samples, email me and I'll get you what we put out there. And then lastly, the federal and national issues. I just, it's chaotic back there too, right? Split House, Senate, and the House of Reps and all that. So, both they are going to continue to have divisive issues. I would say at this point right now, education is always a high priority in DC, but it's really about defense spending, and that's where the big issues are with them getting their budget passed. So I think they'll still focus on digital divide, early learning, and facilities. Obviously, our title money comes in, and also special ed. But those are the 3 biggies. And then lastly, we are expanding our national programs to look for more opportunities, and hope that has a great reflection for you as leaders. And my bonus for you, hey, 22 playlists, right? Spotify, if you have Spotify, they play your top songs of the year, which is, everybody's all excited about that. But maybe you missed a book you didn't get to read and all that, and maybe you can go back and look at the top list for books or movies, and hit one of those and reflect back on 22. I know you had a super busy year. This is a good time to maybe take care of yourself and grab a book, play some music, or hit a movie. So that's my push out to you guys. Have a great new year. I hope this was helpful to you, and enjoy your family, friends, and your eggnog. Take care.